In this adventure, we are exploring undiscovered gems in Guayabo. We will take you to the famous Rincon de la Vieja volcano, explore La Montaña Trails with some amazing locals, give a sneak peek at a soon-to-be national park, share the best spots to grab a delicious meal, and get way too close to the deadly fertile ants viper. Welcome to Peligro Life. I'm Adam Peligro, an adventure biologist on a mission to bring you along for epic adventures through Costa Rica, showcasing wildlife, travel tips, local culture, and fun. Please show your support with a like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Now let's check out why Guayabo should be on your list of places to visit. We stumbled upon Guayabo while looking for a place near Rincon de la Vieja National Park, and what we found was beyond our expectations. This small town of only 3,400 people has a ton to offer, as well as incredible views of Volcan Miravalles. Our journey begins in Rincon de la Vieja National Park, where we hiked through a humid forest and discovered bubbling mud pots, steaming vents, hot springs, waterfalls, and an incredible array of wildlife. There are two entrances to this national park, and we started off in the Santa Maria sector, which is much less visited and even offers camping. We just made it to Rincon de la Vieja, and holy bugs. Like, the car is full of bugs right now. There's probably like, I don't know, 50 swarming around my face, even with bug spray. This is the buggier station out of the two, but as soon as we started hiking, they went away and we enjoyed the rest of our day there. The Morpho waterfall was beautiful and the creek crossings were super fun, but the best part about this park is the hot springs. The volcanic landscape makes it look like you're on another planet. There's a cold creek that runs right along the side of the hot springs, and you can smell the sulfur in the air. We are on a volcano, and what did we come across? Hot springs. I am really curious, how hot is this hot spring? I could definitely relax in here. This is like a very warm, mild hot spring. It's crazy how clear the water is, and you can see where the hot water's actually seeping out of the ground and coming into this cool river. Honestly, it smells like rotten eggs right now. It is absolutely nasty, but the beauty around us is what makes this place worth it. Once we finished enjoying the hot springs, we decided to start hiking back to the station. But that's when the wildlife started coming out. We had an angry troop of spider monkeys start following us and shaking the branches. A parrot snake jumped off the trail and disappeared into the trees, blending in like a vine. I even channeled my bug whispering capabilities and got an up-close experience with a leaf-leg bug. We saw passion flowers, strangler figs, cold springs, and we hadn't even made it to the other entrance. So after a day of rest, we packed up and headed to the Pialas sector to explore the other side of the park. This side has two major attractions. One, a 6.5-mile hike to La Cangreja waterfall, or the second, a well-maintained 3-mile loop that takes you around a whole bunch of volcanic features. But at Peligro Life, we don't mess around, and we did them both in one day. If you're going to see La Cangreja waterfall, pack water and snacks and make sure to leave early in the morning so you don't get stuck in the heat. This is not a flat trail, but it's definitely worth the effort. We got lucky and saw even more monkeys, but then it happened. Daphne, why don't you tell us what just happened?
Well, that's monkey poop. But it hit my face first. So I actually got pooped on right here by a monkey. It's all over my backpack. It stinks. I don't know if these are my favorite species anymore.
Luckily, we were able to enjoy a nice dip in the waterfall and clean it off. La Cangreja means the crab, and if you look carefully, you might even find crabs hanging out at the waterfall along with other animals. On our way back to the ranger station, we saw even more angry monkeys, but avoided their unwanted gifts. Once we crossed over to the volcanic trails, the terrain changed into more of a desert landscape. There were deadly hot springs, steam pouring from cracks in the earth, and my favorite, the boiling mud pots.
These are pretty cool to check out. These mud pots are shooting boiling mud everywhere. Poor Daphne won't get to soak her feet today.
After 10 miles of hiking, we called it a day and it was time to get some food. Almado's has a nice mix of smoked meats and friendly street dogs. To love, not to eat. The next day, we thought we'd take it easy and scope out a new hike, But then,
today is one of those fun random exploration days. We actually found a set of trails on Google Maps, and it looks like they're going to turn this into a new national park. And let me tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous.
naturally, we had to take a look. Within the first quarter mile, there were beautiful views of a stunning river with red rock from all the iron in the soil. As we continued exploring the trail, we were caught off guard with the shock of a lifetime.
Can you see the deadly Fer-de-Lance viper that's right next to me? This is one of those serious moments where we're standing face to face with the Fer-de-Lance viper, the single most infamous snake in Costa Rica, because it has bitten more people than any other snake in this country. And a lot of people fear them, but really, they're not that scary of a snake. While they do have a ton of venom and unreal camouflage, we almost stepped right on this snake in sandals, and that would have been disastrous. But they really just want to stay in the middle of the trail where they're hanging out waiting for a snack, and they don't want anybody to bother them. Let's show you where this snake is, being very gentle, and we're going to move him off the trail so that nobody else has to run into a Fer-de-Lance viper today. The Fer-de-Lance has safely made it to the side of the trail, so nobody's likely to step on it. But this is what happens. 3 of us walked over this snake and had no idea it was there until the last person screamed. Thanks, Daphne. The whole time when we were walking over it, it didn't try and strike us. It didn't try and bite us. It just wanted to be invisible and camouflage. So that is an amazing experience. In Spanish, they call the Fer-de-Lance the terciopelo, and they get way bigger than this. What would you do if you found a snake like this and didn't even realize you'd walked over it?
With the fading sun, lack of gear, and hidden snakes, we decided it was a good time to turn around and save the rest of the exploration for another day. I can't wait to see this place open up as a national park with even more trails and stunning natural views. As our week in Guayabo came to an end, we had one more surprise adventure. We pulled up to a closed tourist center, walked down a path that I thought was a walkway to a house, and met some of the most incredible ticos to share a special experience at La Montaña Trails. This is a locally owned private reserve where very intelligent people saw the importance of protecting a wildlife corridor in the middle of a clear-cut farmland. Our guides, David and Omar, shared a wealth of knowledge as we explored the reserve.
Kind of like this, Guaromo, right? So this guide is not only important for the sloth, it's also important for the forest firefighters. When you pay attention to the leaf and the leaf is on fire, it's producing a very dense smoke, right? Very, very strong. So when the coatis, you know what's a coatis? Like a raccoon, but with a longer nose, right? When the group is feeling the smell of the smoke, this tree, those guys are running on the opposite way, moving the tail, making like an X. When the forest firefighters see that behavior, is going on the opposite way of the group of the coatis, finding the fire and turn it off.
These are the stingless bees. They can still bite, but they're usually a great species for people to have in their home if they want to produce honey.
So we had to try it.
This is the honey, and we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. Omar just fished it out. He's liking how good it tastes. That's really good honey.
The animals here can come and go as they please. We saw 4 different sloths, but this area can house up to 16 sloths at one time, and Omar knows exactly where to find them. What makes La Montaña Trails unique is their personal connection with nature and reforestation efforts to bring the animals back into their natural habitat. David has a saying,
Yo no creo que usted haya entrado y salido con la misma mentalidad.
which translates to, I don't think you have entered and left with the same state of mind. In addition to the beautiful nature and amazing people, this reserve is extremely accessible to all types of people with flat and well-defined trails. However, this is an undiscovered gem that is used to working with local tour operators. If you're going to visit, I highly recommend calling ahead and making sure your tour is set up before you arrive. After that amazing experience and hiking over 25 miles in 5 days, we treated ourselves to a dip in one of the local hot springs that just happened to have some of the best pizza in Costa Rica. Guayabo is an undiscovered paradise blending adventure, relaxation, and natural beauty. So if you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path destination, this is the place to be. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share your comments below. We'll see you on the next adventure.